I think the multi-engine situation that we're looking at for the future in Indy cars is phenomenal. I just love that. There's always additional interest because I think the technical side has to remain important at this level of the sport. And so you're getting away a little bit from the spec series stuff, even though they're tightly regulated, but there's still, you know, one engine is going to have a slight bit of an advantage over the other at a given time. And that's great. That's, to me, that's awesome. Going back when we had the tire war, I think multiple tire situation is really a no-no because the tires are so important. Any given day, if you have two tire companies, if you're on the wrong tire, you have no chance of winning. So even though I think the tire companies love to have their competition, it's never been good for the sport. It's never been good in Formula One, Indy cars, and so forth. So single tire supplier is the best way to go. Yeah, you know, I think in the U.S. We have some classic venues. And you know, the two that we're not really going to yet are Elkhart Lake and Laguna Seca, and I think we should find a way to do that, you know, because those should be mainstays because they've been there traditionally forever, and obviously it's going to take some promotion, you know, to just get it back to where it should be, so to rekindle the interest in the area. But I think that's what we should be working on. That should be our next challenge. Laguna, you know, it's just a great place to entertain sponsors, and so it's got all the ingredients, and the track is fabulous. You know, it's you know, especially now it's up to you know, very high standard. So. Yeah, these are the venues that I think could advance the quality of our racing. Well, the 500, you know, obviously is rich in tradition, but so is IndyCar racing, because that's really when IndyCar racing started, basically. It started with one race, and then they said, oh, we need more races, and create a championship. And this is when IndyCar racing didn't start in the 70s, didn't start in the 50s, it started in the early 1900s. And that's what really has to be said, and it's part of an advantage that I think we have in most sports. We're potentially one of the oldest sports that are known on this planet. And that's how rich it is, and again, that's a real asset, and I see IZOD has embraced that as a title sponsor of this series. And as you could see, it made a difference at Indianapolis by zeroing in on that importance, and I think all of that should be carried on throughout the season, because there's so many places that, of course, you have new venues, which is great, but also so many other places where we've been for years and years, and we need to really tout that. You know, this historic, we've been here, it's very valuable, and so on and so forth. So again, the series, the IndyCar series, very rich. We just need to capitalize on that.